What is up, guys? Jack McKinney here, coming at you with my first video. So if you don't know, I already have a baseball channel. It's called The World of Sports or the World of Baseball with Jack McKinney. This is the World of Football. So go follow my other channel if you can. It's going to be in the description. So this channel, obviously, it's going to be focused on football, all things football. I love all sports, but football and baseball are my main things I follow, I guess, and hockey too. So I might make this may also have hockey on it too. We'll just see. You can pick and choose which ones you want to watch, as always. So the first video we're going to be making is the winners and losers of the NFL draft. So I always love the draft. I love following it, especially this year since there was nothing else to do because of coronavirus. I think this is one of the greatest draft classes we've had in the past 20 years. Five or six really good quarterbacks. I think all could be starters in the NFL. Some could be really, really special. Burrow's going to be great. I think Herbert's going to be great. Tua, I'm not sure about. And then, I like Jacob Eason too. I think he could be a great quarterback. And Fromm could be good. Who knows? Jordan Love's a bit of a wild card, as well as Jalen Hurts. We'll see how they pan out. Wide receivers, oh my God, the talent in this draft for wide receivers. I mean, I love Jalen Reagor. Judy was the best in the class. CeeDee Lamb, also great. Henry Ruggs, speedster. Brandon Ayuk. I love Lavicia Shenault. I think he was slept on, even though he had some injuries. So watch out for him. But anyways, the winners and losers. So we're going to do 2 losers, 2 winners. And that's how people usually do it. So my first loser, if you followed this draft really closely and, you've been doing your studying, I think you agree with me on this first one. So our first loser is going to be the Atlanta Falcons. So Atlanta Falcons, in their draft, they started off with their first pick, which was AJ Terrell. And I saw this interesting article that said, the Falcons knew that Jacksonville was going to take CJ Henderson, and they didn't do anything about it. And that's true. They held pat at 16, and they didn't move up in the draft to take CJ Henderson. Obviously, we know they desperately needed a cornerback, and they overdrafted AJ Terrell like crazy. I would have rather had the Ohio State DB also that the Raiders took, Damian Arnett. I just thought he was just better. I thought he wasn't as handsy as Terrell. Terrell's also really undersized. He reminds me of a guy the Browns took a long time ago who was a complete bust. His name was Justin Gilbert, like the 8th pick. Terrell reminds me a lot about him. So that was a bad pick. So second round, it was more of a not really need pick. They went with Marlon Davidson from Auburn, a defensive lineman. So they already have Grady Jarrett. They spent a first rounder on Takk McKinley last year, and they had Dante Fowler. Yet they took another defensive lineman. A little bit of a head scratcher there. Not really sure why they're doing that. Their line was horrible last year. They could use, a tackle. I know they took a guard last year in the draft. But, they could use a lineman, a linebacker. I don't agree, especially after losing Vic Beasley. I don't agree with the D-line pick there. Then after that, with their 78th pick, which they got from the Patriots for Mohamed Sanu, they took a center. What? Why would you take a center? They already have Alex Mack, and I don't know how many years he has left in him, but you're taking a guy in the second round who's not going to play for 2 years, right? I think Mack has 2 more years, and he's a good center. So just horrible draft overall for the Falcons. And I also, with those uniforms, that also pitched into it too. I mean, God, those new uniforms they have are just miserable. So I feel bad for Falcons fans. I mean, they're this close to a Super Bowl, and the franchise isn't looking great. So we'll just have to see what they do next year. I think they have a good, talented roster. Like, they have good players on their roster. Like, they have Ridley and Jones. I think Ryan's decent. Good they got Gurley. But, we'll see, man. We'll see. The line's got to step up for them, and their defense has got to play better. Their defense was horrible last year. So we'll see. So my second loser after that I had was the Denver Broncos. So the Denver Broncos in their first round, they took Jerry Jeudy, which I thought was a good pick. You know, they didn't really need a second wide receiver. You know, I mean, they already have Cortland Sutton, who I think is a number one, but sure, fine. You know, you take Jerry Jeudy, you make him your number one, maybe you deal Sutton. You also have Noah Fant, who's a great tight end and a great receiving tight end. He had a lot of touchdowns last year. I really like him. I think he's better than TJ Hawkinson. That was a great draft pick. Um, but so great, you know, you draft Jeudy first round. Then second round, they take out of everybody, okay, out of everybody, they take another wide receiver. They take another wide receiver. They already have Jerry Jeudy now, Cortland Sutton, and Noah Fant as a tight end. And they take another wide receiver. What? With their second round pick? Are you kidding me? I mean, wow. Wow. Josh Jones is still on the board, and they take a wide receiver. Josh Jones is an offensive tackle, by the way. Denver's offensive line was horrible last year. All right, Garrett Bowles has got to be on his way out. You got to take a lineman there, man. You got to protect your quarterback. You already gave your quarterback 3 weapons. All right, 3 weapons is enough. And they got Melvin Gordon. What, like, do you not trust in Drew Lock? Like, you got to trust in your quarterback and not, you know, just select all these wide receivers and run and, you know, sign all these running backs and then just say, all right, Drew, go ahead. You have to trust that your quarterback can make people better. So this draft is really, you know, these selections made by Elway just really are head scratchers. You know, you don't really know. And then in their other pick, which was, I believe it was in the third round, it may have been in the second round, they took a cornerback, which was another head scratcher because they already have Bradley Roby and they just got AJ Boye. I know they lost Chris Harris, but still, another cornerback is a little iffy there. You know, they have a good secondary. They have Justin Simmons also, so just not liking what I'm seeing from Denver. So those are my 2 losers. And then next off, we're gonna I keep doing this. So next off, we're gonna move on to our winners of the draft. And so there are a lot of teams that you could say, you know, oh, I like this team. But my first winner is going to be the Baltimore Ravens. So guys, the